We are following a developing story from the war in Ukraine. There are reports of multiple deaths as Russia escalates its attacks on cities in the country's industrial heartland. For the latest, let's get more from reporter Sergio Olmos. He joins us from Ukraine's capital. Sergio, what more can you tell us about this new attack? And are Russian forces shifting their targets now that it appears that they have captured half of that key region, the Donbas region?
That's right. Russian forces today, Moscow's claiming that they have, quote, liberated. They've taken control of all of the Luhansk region. They had about 97% of it under occupation, but they were fighting for Lysychansk. Last week, we saw that Ukraine withdrew from its twin city, Severodonetsk, just across the river, citing unbearable fighting conditions, that 95% of buildings had been destroyed. Soldiers could not put up a fight there. So they went across the river, retreated to try to fortify their position in Lysychansk. This is a city that President Volodymyr Zelensky had visited. He had said the fate of Donbas was being decided there. And we're now hearing from Moscow that they have taken control of Lysychansk. Ukraine has not confirmed this. But in the wider picture of the war, Russian armed forces have been moving very slowly in the Donbas. If they indeed have taken Lysychansk, that would be half of the Donbas. Donetsk makes up the other half of what we call the Donbas. Ukraine has been losing up to 200 soldiers a day there, 500 a day wounded, according to different presidential advisors. What the fear is that now that Lysychansk, if indeed it has fallen, this was Ukraine's kind of Alamo. This is their chosen ground to fight there, to put up a stand there. Now it appears Russian armed forces are moving forward, closer to the de facto capital of the Donbas in Kramatorsk. Today we're hearing in Sloviansk heavy shelling, and Sloviansk is about 10 to 15 kilometers from Kramatorsk. It's very close by. We're hearing about 6 deaths and 14 wounded shelling today in Sloviansk.
There are claims that Ukraine is staging attacks outside its borders in southern Russia and Belarus. What do you know about that part of the story?
That's right. Russia today is claiming that missiles were intercepted over Belgrade. They claim that high-precision missiles were sent from Ukraine into residential areas. We should note we cannot independently verify this. At the same time, Ukraine's military capabilities, they do not have a lot of these long-range precision rockets. This is something that they've been asking the West for. And there are military targets in the Odessa region and ships, also in the Donbas. These claims have not been verified, but according to Russia, and now what we're hearing from Belarus, they say that Ukraine has been launching missiles into their territory. This has been a buildup on the Belarus front, staging themselves to say, they have been saying for the past couple days now that they will defend themselves if Ukraine were to invade. And they have been building up their forces on the border, about 4 to 7 battalions, according to different analysts. And so what we're seeing is a step up in rhetoric coming from Belarus and Russia.
Okay, that's reporter Sergio Olmos in Kyiv.